Hello, people. Welcome to once more adidas runners workout in partnership with us, EXOS guys, your favorite coaches. I'm a little different. I'm not Dai. We have a small change today. Dai is a little bit busy with other stuff, so I will be jumping in instead of him. But don't worry, we got everything set up, and you're into one very interesting workout. For you who don't know me or see me for the first time, my name is Frane. I'm coach at EXOS Gym here in Herzog. Also, I'm captain of adidas Runners Zagreb. Hi guys, and I also work with global adidas Runners team. So today, you did have scheduled more strength-based workout, but we're gonna do combination of movement quality combined with mobility and some strength workout, which will be very beneficial for your preparation for your trail academy, for running in general, but also this is going to be very impactful and very good resource for injury prevention because you're going to see the drill that we're going to do. I will also explain them while we're going to go through it, and you're going to see how you can use all these exercises as a tool to really keep your body in shape, well-rounded, and also to improve your performance and health while running. If you have any questions, of course, you can just pop them in the chat box. As well, you can reach throughout email to me or my other colleagues, or just reach out through social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know, whatever you find interesting, you can find us there. So for today, we're gonna need a towel. Again, adidas runners, as always. So, and also some clear surface because we will be sliding just slightly. So we're gonna start from down to top up, but also we're gonna start with something that often gets very, very neglected. I'll just show a couple of exercises. If you're interested in more, you can find them on my Instagram account where I posted the full segment about feet health for runners. So we're gonna do just a couple of things to assess or to dress our feet because we are spending a huge amount of time in shoes. We also, and you especially now that you're doing trail running, need a lot of proprioception and control of the intrinsic muscles in your feet to really react on all those bumps on the road that you're experiencing while running in the woods and forest. So it's very essential to focus more on feet and not just putting it on volume, running, speed, pace, clock, and heart rate, okay? We need to have that kind of balance from intensity and just taking care of our body and making it like, put it in position so that it can sustain the intensity that we're putting it through. Okay, so let's start. You may not be clear and see everything, so just try to follow also my sound of the workout. So the first thing that we can do, and this is very beneficial, for instance, after you do a very long run. So put your feet, so your toes in dorsiflexion, so you want to tap them towards your knees and just sit back onto them. You may find this exercise very simple, very stupid, but you're gonna see. If you sit like this, 1 to 2 minutes, you're gonna feel very nice stretch on the ball of your feet, going all the way through your heel. Some of you may feel it more on your toes, some of you will feel it maybe closer to the heel, depending which area is more stiff. The most important thing for this exercise is stay long enough. If you do this for 15 seconds, you won't find any benefit. 1 to 2 minutes, even 3 minutes at the end would be very good because here we're working mostly on our passive structures, so the fascias. We're not working here on muscles or any kind of energetic system, so we need more time to put on it. But very important, don't go too aggressive, don't go super strong, and slowly build that capacity. Okay, so that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we're gonna extend our feet, again, sit back on our heels, and from here, we're just gonna bring knee up 5 centimeters without moving our torso, hold it for 3 seconds, and slowly put it down. I'll also show you from this perspective. So I'm lifting my knee up without any movement in my torso and putting it down. Like this, we're putting additional stress and load on the front part of our foot and also stretching those muscles that often tend to be a little bit stiff. So just hold it for 3 seconds. Try to find a sweet spot where you really feel the stretch and hold it there. Of course, with some time, you can progress with the motility of the set. So you can hold it for 10 seconds, but very important, do it slowly, in controllable fashion, and you shouldn't be feeling any pain. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3, I want you to again sit back on your heel, and now we're going to focus on front leg. So I want you to now to push with 4 toes hard into the ground, and I want you to lift your big toe up. So if you look from this perspective, I want you to bring your big toe up and strongly push other 4 toes into the ground. Hold the upper position for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. So up, hold it for 5 seconds, push with the 4 toes down. Some of you may not even be able to do it. It's okay because you haven't done it. And down. Last breath. Go up for 5 seconds because this is more about motor control and controlling your muscle that you haven't been doing. So you may have some problems at the end. And relax. Now we're going to do opposite. So we're going to push with the big toe into the ground and we're going to bring the rest of 4 toes up. Some of you who have difficulties with this, you can help by pushing that big toe down and helping just differentiate between these 5 toes. And down. Again, 3 times, 5 seconds. 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Again, push with the big toe and try to lift those 4 toes as high as possible. 2, 1, and relax. We're going to switch our legs and repeat the same thing with other foot. So I'm bringing my big toe up, pushing with 4 toes down, and hold it for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, bring toe up as much as possible, but don't forget the other 4 toes. Push hard into the ground. 2, 1, and down. Last repetition. Bring the toe up. 3, 2, 1, and down. We're switching now. I'm pushing big toe into the ground and pushing 4 toe up. If you have difficulties, I repeat, push slightly your big toe down to the ground and relax. Let's go. So help yourself with your hand. Because this now is not even about strength or endurance of your feet, it's just about motor control. Last repetition, go up, 3, 2, 1, and relax. These were just 4 simple exercises that it would be really, really good for you to do at least 3 to 4 times per week. But also, if you want to see more of them, you can find them on my IG account. So let's proceed to our next station. So I want you to sit down in 90-90 position with your knees. And from here, we're going to start with a little bit active mobility, especially of your hip region, which is very, very concentrated and let's say, attacked during your trail runs. So from this standpoint, first what we're going to do, we're going to start by lifting our back knee up while pushing our back heel to the ground. So starting position, we don't have any movement in our torso. I lift my knee as high as possible and hold it for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. Let's repeat that 2 more times. So up, torso is upright, hands are in the air, 2, 1, and down. Just control your movement. There shouldn't be any kicking, so slowly lift it as high as possible and hold it. 2, 1, and down. Perfect. Switching other side. Let's repeat that with other leg the same way. Straight torso, pushing my heel into the ground, lifting my knee. 3, 2, 1, and down. Once again. 3, 2, 1, and down. Last repetition. 3, 2, 1, and down. Perfect. We're going to stay in this position, and from here, we're just going to do some transitions, and we're going to activate our thoracic spine with flexing and stretching our front legs glutes. So from this point, I want you to push through the knee, further away from the body, and just add slight of rotation, and you should feel stretch in your glutes and also rotation in your thoracic spine. We're going to do 5 reps. So let's go. 1, 2, so glide with your hand on the floor. 3, 4, last one, and 5. Perfect. We're switching to the other side, and repeat the same thing. So I'm going through my knee. 1, 2, by too much down because it's going to be easy. Try to keep your torso as straight as possible. You can put your hands on the ground. This will give you some more help. Again, 3 times, 5 seconds, holding up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For you who find it easy, squeeze your hands, hold them in the air, and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be very difficult and very small range of motion, so don't get discouraged. Just keep working. 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's switch to the other side and repeat the same thing. So movement is only a couple of centimeters, but just try to focus to engage your glute muscles. Get ready and go. 3, 2, 1, and down. And repeat. 3, 2, 1, and down. Try to keep your torso as straight as possible and go. 3, 2, 1, and down. Perfect. As you can feel, some of you may even have some cramps here, which is good. We're actively really using our hip flexors and also our glutes and building that isolated strength to help you to control your hips better throughout the movement. Now we're going to do something that is called active mobility. So from this standpoint, we're going to be bringing back leg in the front position without losing integrity of our torso. So try to stay as straight as possible. Starting position, we're bringing our knee, bringing our leg forward, and slowly bringing it backwards as far as possible. That's 1. Let's do 5 reps. 2. If it's not able, then slowly glide your leg through the floor all the time. 3, 4, last one, and 5. Perfect. We're going to switch to the other side and repeat the same thing. Again, everything is controllable. We don't have any rapid movement. We really want to put a lot of emphasis on our hips. 2, slowly backwards. 3, but also a good thing about this is that we're addressing each and every side of our body unilaterally. So we're gonna here work on those disbalances. Last one. Go, go, go. And back. Awesome. Last exercise in this setup. We're gonna be actively moving left and right using both internal rotation and external rotation with both legs. So we want to start with lifting the knee from the back leg. When we don't have any more space, we're slowly moving other leg, pushing our chest forward, trying to keep our back straight, and sitting on the other side. So we're going to do just 3 rotations, left and right. Okay, ready? And go. So lifting, including other legs slowly, as less as possible, and sitting on the other side. And backwards. Don't forget to push your chest forward. We don't want to see slouching. So straight up, slowly integrate both hips up and backwards. This is 2. Last rep. So internal rotation, no more movement, slightly adding to allow this leg to move up. Last rep. And rest. Perfect. Just try to Relax and shake your legs a little bit because we're getting to now slightly more heavier setup. So I want you to straight up your legs, push your chest forward, and from this standpoint, I want you to bring one leg up a couple of centimeters because I don't want you to fall back. We're going straight, lift your leg, opening as long as I can keep my torso straight. So I don't want to see this. I want to stay as straight as possible. Here, sideways, and slowly back. And we're going to do 3 reps to each way. Try to follow my lead. Try to follow my pace. And we're going to do it together. Chest forward, squeeze your hands, and let's go. Up, to the side, backwards, and down. The same way again. Up, sideways, and down. 2, last one, and 3. The same thing with the other leg. Try to push your chest up and down. Chest forward, up, sideways, and down. Last repetition, and down. Perfect. Now we're going to add something more advanced. We're going to have some movement from our torso, but try to make it as slow as possible and from your hips as much as possible. Okay, so it looks like this. Starting position is the same. We push the chest forward. We bring our leg up. We put it in backwards without putting the knee on the floor. If not possible, then just slide the knee on the ground. It's okay. Squeeze your hands. Bring your knee up. Slowly to starting position. The same goes with other leg. So we're going to do alternatively 3 times with both legs. Let's start together. I'm starting with my right leg. Get ready and go. Up, opening hip, go backwards, put your hip down, stay in this position a little bit, and let's go. Knee up, pull it backwards, and down. That's one. Up, down, up, down. Last rep. Of course, we don't want to lose integrity of our core muscles. We want to stay as upright as possible. It's not going to be, of course, possible to stay straight as a stick, but try to have as less as lateral movement as possible. Other leg. And up. Knee first, and then the whole leg. If you can keep your whole leg in the air all the time, it will be perfect. If not, then just slowly slide your leg on the ground. Last rep. Back. And relax. Perfect. Just shake your legs. This was our movement for our hips, for our hip flexors, also hip mobility. And you're going to feel a lot different after this workout. You're going to see that. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to stand up. We're going to put our legs in shoulder wide position. From here, on our straight legs, we're trying to touch our toes. We sit down into a squat position, push our chest forward, and from here, we're opening our hips up and down. 3 reps with both sides. Don't forget to push your knee away when you're putting your hand up in the air. One last rep. Slowly control your movement. And down. Perfect. We stand up. From this point, we go to wide position. We're going to put ourselves low. And now imagine that there is some kind of wall above you. You cannot touch it. So we're moving left and right without bringing our hips up and down. So we're going to move left, sit on our heels. Right, sit on our heels. You can keep your hands on the floor to help you a little bit, to guide this movement, but also you can put your hands high in the air and put some more emphasis on your hips. And relax. Perfect. Last exercise in this set, we're again in wide stance, base position. From here, we're sitting sideways, reaching over the knee, and doing rotation. Standing up, other leg. sitting backwards, we're doing reach and rotation. We're combining 3 times each leg. Up, other side, sit backwards, reach, and rotate. Last rep, sit, reach, rotate. Last one, sit, reach, and rotate. Perfect. Next exercise, we're standing on one leg. From this standpoint, we want to extend our body. We want to reach backwards with one leg and reach forward with both hands. So slightly bent knee. From here, I'm driving my heel backwards, pushing my hands forward, holding 2 seconds, and slowly going up. Try to squeeze the ground. Imagine that you're having a sand below you, so use your fingers. Let's go. Up, hold for 2 seconds, and slowly up. One more repetition. Up. And back. We're going to repeat the same thing with the other leg. So slightly bend knee, driving my heel backwards, reaching forward, holding 2 seconds, standing up. 2 more times. And back. Last one. And up. To make this slightly difficult and to increase the control of your hips, we're going to do the same thing but with hip rotation. I'll show you and then we're going to do it together. So standing point, one leg, we're starting the same way, but from this end point, I want you to open your hips, close them down, and stand up. And we're going to repeat that 3 times, okay? Try to follow my rhythm, my pace, and we're going to do it together. So reach backwards, we're in position, opening our hips as much as possible, slowly closing them down, and standing up. If this is too difficult, find a wall, but just touch it with 1 finger. Now let's do it again. So, reaching position, opening my hips, closing hips down, and standing up. One last repetition, let's go. So down, opening, close it, and up. Let's repeat the same thing, but with other leg. So slightly bend my knee, reach backwards and forward, open your hip, close it, and go up. You may even feel some disbalance from your left and right side. This is exactly why we're doing all these exercises. One last rep. So reach backwards, open your hips, lower them down, and stand up. Perfect. The last progression will be a combination of everything. So mobility, active control, but also some isolated strength of our hips. So from here, I want you to lift your knee up in front of you, open them to the side as much as possible, keeping this hip facing forward, rotating your heel up, backwards, and down without losing any integrity, okay? Let's repeat that 1 more time. So I'm bringing my knee up, opening as much as possible, rotating my heel, and putting it back. This is called CARS, or controlled articulation rotations. Opening, lifting my heel up, and down. Let's repeat the same thing with the other leg. So up, rotation, and down. Up, I'm opening my hips, rotating my heel, pushing it backwards, and down. Try to keep your core engaged. We don't want to have any arching on our thoracic spine, especially our lower back. And down. Perfect. Just like sip of water, as I said, not too difficult. We're combining both movement, mobility, and some local strength, especially isolated way. Okay, now we're going to focus more on something called eccentric strength, which is actually controlling the movement while our muscles are lengthening. So we're going to combine two drills. First one is going to be back lunge for our quads. Another one is going to be for hamstrings, which I will demonstrate later. So starting position is on one leg. From here, we're going to reach backwards as much as possible. Try to sit down and then slowly stand up in the starting position. While you're reaching backwards, try to do it as slow as possible and as far as possible to back. And repeat, forward, stand up. 3 more reps. So I'm reaching backwards, going forward. 3, 2 more. Backwards, forward. Don't forget to push some weight on your leg when you're going forward. So backwards, I'm transitioning, putting some more stress on my front leg and standing up. Let's repeat the same thing with the other leg. So I'm reaching backwards, slowly sitting down, and then transitioning forward, standing up. If you want to make it more difficult, the thing is, don't keep forward, try to lift your toe, and then from there, stand up. So that's 2, let's do 3 more. Down, lifting my heel up, and standing in starting position. 3, up, 4, last one, and 5. Perfect. The next exercise is going to help you to build more strength in your hamstrings. It will really give you good beneficial ratio from your quads, which are often much more stronger than your hamstrings, but it will also increase range of motion and prevent your injuries, prevent your muscles to get injured. Okay, so exercise is going to look like this. We're going to stand in half kneeling position, and we're going to put our toes on the towel. From here, lift the toes from the front leg up, and we're going to go sliding backwards as much as possible, and then from end range of motion, hard squeeze your heel into the ground and bring your back leg forward. Okay, we're going to repeat that 5 times with each leg. So I'm moving backwards as much as possible, and then squeezing my heel in the ground and sliding forward. Let's do 3, control your movement, squeeze and push your heel into the ground. 4 and 5. Switch your legs, and we're going to repeat the same thing. So I'm lifting my toes up in the air, I'm sliding backwards, opening my legs and squeezing this front heel, pushing it into the ground. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, last one, and 5. Perfect. We're going to repeat both exercises 1 more time, but now slightly faster way. So we're starting with back lunges, reaching backwards, sitting down, moving forward, standing up. That's 1. We're doing 5 reps. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch your legs, very important. Control your movement backwards. We don't want to lose good and neutral position of our lower back. 2, 3, 4, last one, and 5. Perfect. Let's now repeat for our hamstrings. Don't forget to drive that heel hard into the ground. Going backwards as much as possible and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch your legs And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was it, guys. It was every 30 minutes out. As you can see, I'm sweating. I don't know about you. The main goal of this session wasn't to put as much intensity and stress on you, because I know that you're running a lot already. We know that you're having your sessions in Nürnberg and forest around, that you're progressing very well. The main focus of this session was to give you a little bit more emphasis and, let's say, eye-opening things, how much is important for you to address prevention modalities and exercises that will, trust me, help as a lot, and you can't even comprehend how much to be better at running. We didn't do a lot of volume for these exercises because they are slightly intense for local muscles, which we really put in position that they need to work on themselves without help from the hands or help from gravity and just punching left and right. So some of you may even find tomorrow some cramping or feeling some soreness around your hips or your hamstrings from this last exercise. But if you like these exercises, you can always go back to YouTube, see the workout, just increase number of repetitions, and that will be a huge help. From prevention standpoint and beneficiary standpoint, it would be very good to do this kind of exercise or this kind of workout at least 2 times per week. If you want to see more and similar exercises, you can also find them on my Instagram account, where we built slightly bigger volume, so similar approach, but with more repetitions, bigger volume, slightly more intense and more difficult, okay? I hope that you like this session. It was slightly different than what you're usually having with I, but that's also a very important aspect and segment of your training, to keep that variability, so that you're not just doing the same things over and over again. We always need to bring different stress and different approach, different factors to our muscles, to our body, so that we can adapt better. Okay, feel free to reach out for every question that you have. We have you, we're supporting you, we really want to see you succeed, and most importantly, we want you to stay healthy and safe. So enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your running, and I'll be seeing you hopefully in some of the next upcoming sessions. Okay, enjoy, guys.